Well, guys, it has been a painfully slow winter around here, but we're finally getting into the comic convention season. And I recently had the honor of setting up at one of these shows for the first time as a dealer, and it was a lot of fun getting to experience the show from the other end of the table and getting to meet a lot of you guys that watch my videos. And since it was my first show, I really didn't want to be away from my table too much. I didn't spend a lot of time looking around, but I did pick up some really cool things that I wanted to show you guys. So, first thing I bought was from the dealer's table next to mine. He is a fellow that comes from Pittsburgh. I've bought from him plenty of times in the past, and I could not pass this up. He had this beautiful looking copy of Detective 455. Just get a look of that with that black cover. That spine is pristine. There's like one tiny little tick that you can barely even notice, but I was super happy because this is a book I still needed, and I never see it looking this nice. He had $20 on it, but he let me take it for $15. And from the same gentleman's booth, I also picked up Batman Annual number 12. This was just a cool one that I didn't have yet. I really like annuals. And I also picked this up for my husband, Luke. This is the Tough Stuff Prison Special by local artist and writer Kevin Delgado, and he signed it on the butt. Love that. And Luke actually picked up a really cool book that I will get to in a moment. He actually got the biggest book of the day, believe it or not. But I have a couple things I want to show you because I got a few things from trades, and I actually got a couple gifts from a viewer of the channel. So, a guy came up who was a fan of the channel. He's watched plenty of my videos, so he knows the kind of stuff I like, and he said he had a whole box of all this promotional stuff from back in like the 90s, so he gave me this Lobo poster, and it says, "You bend it, you bought it, fanboy." I love that. That is hilarious. And then he also gave me, of course, because everyone knows what a huge Batman fan that I am. Just get a load of that, guys. Should probably move this microphone out of the way, but alright, there you go. Just get a load of that, guys. I seriously have the best people watching me, you know? It's crazy when you start making YouTube videos and, like, nobody at all is watching. It's just crazy the amount of people that you're able to reach, and just so many generous people. I tried getting him to take a freebie, but he said no thank you. He just wanted to give me those. So again, thank you very much if you are watching this video. And if you guys saw my video at the show, you may have seen like a little peek of that, but it didn't really make it in the video. So there you go. And I actually got this Adam West art print from a local artist. I believe he said Monster Matt was the name of his store. He came over to my table, he bought a book, and then he noticed I had this little Adam West figure, and he wanted to do a trade for that. So I went over to his table, he let me pick out one of his prints, and this was right on the top. I thought, why not trade Adam West for Adam West? That was very cool. My first trade at a comic show. But that's not actually where the trades ended, because if you saw that video, you may have seen that I got these signed prints from Steve Geiger. He did a lot of art for Marvel and a little bit of DC. This is some of the work he did for DC. And I'm a big Jason Todd fan, so I got these signed prints from him. And right as I was about to pay for these, his wife and daughter actually came over because they were over at my table and said we're making a trade. So they had picked out some comics, and I got these prints. They are signed to Gotham and Glam. So he was telling me that he drew both of these and Dick Giordano inked this one. Very cool. And one more thing from a local artist. I think this guy goes by Castro Art Stuff on Instagram, and he actually reached out to me ahead of the show and said he wanted to buy up my lenticulars. So he came over to my table, he bought the lenticulars, we talked a little bit, and then when I went around to film some of the other tables, he actually wasn't there, and he felt really bad that I wasn't there. So he came over and he just brought me this as a gift. This is a little 3D print of one of his art pieces, and my husband actually decided to take this and he glued a magnet to it, so we've been putting this on our fridge. So thank you very much. So to leave my first comic show with all these cool gifts and trades, I'm so excited for it, but we still left with one pretty big thing, and it actually was not my pickup. It was actually Luke's pickup. So Luke took a little bit of time to walk around the floor, and he was eyeing this up. It was marked for $100, but the guy said that maybe by the end of the show he'd go down to $50. So we went over at the end of the show and we bought it for $50. And if you guys know my husband Luke, maybe you've seen on his channel, he's talked about his heavy metal magazine collection. It's something that he inherited from a family member, so means a lot to him, and he was really excited to get this copy of Heavy Metal #1, and in pretty nice condition. Like, this is in much nicer condition than the other ones that he has. He just finished his run of The Dark Knight Returns first prints, and now he has a Heavy Metal #1, so look out. You know, Luke's getting a pretty good comic collection for someone that's not really a comic guy. So those are all the pickups we got from the Buffalo Comic Con, but that's not where this video's ending, because we actually just went to another comic show yesterday at the time of recording this video. So about a week apart from the last one, and I got a book that might actually match Luke's Heavy Metal. I'll let you guys decide. So this show was run by a guy named Joe D. I've made some videos from his shows. You guys have seen some of the good deals that I've gotten from him, and every time he's doing a show, he has some big deal going on. At his last show, he said everything's $1, and this time, everything was 50% off. So I went a little off, guys, because he had this, and I asked him how much it was because he didn't have a price on it. He said $100, but with the 50% off, it would be $50. And if you guys don't know what this is a classic Neil Adams cover, Superman versus Muhammad Ali, treasury-sized book, cool wraparound cover, and this is definitely a low-grade copy. Particularly, the spine doesn't look too great, but still presents beautifully. That Neil Adams cover is just so cool and iconic. As a big Neil Adams collector, I'm really happy to have this. Really, really awesome, and I don't think I'll find it for a deal like that again. So we both got a $50 book, and I think we got some pretty cool stuff. Need to get some treasury bags and boards, because this one that he had it in is looking a little bit sad, but I'm super excited. And I didn't get a whole lot of books yesterday, but I did a little bit of dollar bin diving, I guess you could say. So there was a table I went to, and these guys, I always check their table. They always have some really good stuff, and this time they had a deal that everything $4 and under was going to be $1. So I grabbed a few cool things. I got some Bronze Age World's Finest, little Superman and Hawkman. That one had a $3 sticker, so it was $1. This one I picked up just because I want to read it, actually. This is from the later run of Brave and the Bold from 2007. And I haven't really read any of the books from this run, but I picked this one up because it's Supergirl and Lobo teaming up. So I thought with the new movie coming out, it'd be cool to give this book a read. Looks pretty gnarly. And lastly, just another one for the Detective Comics collection. Detective 829. Just really like these black and white covers there. So, I'd say that's a pretty strong start to 2026. Let me know what you guys thought, and let me know if you have any cons coming up. Thanks for watching.